So the first thing we're going to do is just load the needle. And this is what we like our nurses to be doing on the back table. So I just have them set it up as I normally would. Actually just create a loop out of the very end of this. I like to do what's called a Bolin's knot. I was a sailor. I'm just going to create a little loop here. I come outside the loop, and then I'm going to come back around and go inside the loop. And then I'm going to tighten that. And as I tighten it, I actually want to create a tail that's probably about 2 to 4 centimeters in length. And the reason for that is that we're going to use that tail as something to actually tie to once we come around with other suture. Now for our first throw, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the suture is closed, and I'm going to come through and I'm going to take my first bite of the mesh. And typically I'm going to want this first bite to be in the very left lower side so that I can start to drag and carry the suturing from left to right. Now here I'm on the outside of the patient, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the needle or thread the needle into the eye that I created. And then I'm going to pull this down so that it locks it in place. So that's the first suture. We're not doing any intercorporal tying. That's an extracorporal knot. For the next throws, when I enter, I'm actually going to loop my finger around the suture. I'm going to keep the tip of the instrument closed, and this hand is simply to keep all of the tension out of the suture. This is what allows me to manage the suture so that there isn't any extraneous suture interfering with our work. Now as I enter, one of the important things is to enter so that you are traveling along where you're going. So if my last suture was right here, as I enter, I actually want to aim to the right. And then I want to come to the location that I'm going to first start. I'll take my first bite, and I'm taking the suture and I'm pulling it just gently so that it doesn't loop or cause any problems. I'm going to travel a little bit, take my next bite, travel a little bit, take my next bite, and usually I can do this anywhere between 3 and 5 times before I'm running into so much tension that I can't really pull it tight